Hello, this is Joanne from Cranberry Beads in Melbourne, Australia. These earrings that I have on my bead mat, I have gifted this pattern to International Beading Week 2023 so that you can make these. You don't need many beads to make these. You can just use some size 11 seed beads that you have, and it doesn't take many, so it's a good chance to use up what you have in your stash. You can either do these, what I call a lopsided version, where one side's longer than the other, and hang it from the side, or you can create these symmetrical ones and you can put a dangle in the middle. You can customize them a bit and make them your own. These are made with the stitch called cubic right angle weave. Now, many beaders fear this stitch, and as with many stitches, it can be hard to get started. You don't have anything to hold on to, and it's quite hard to do that very beginning bit. So I have created a tool to help you start. The trick is to make a starter tool, which looks like this. Now, this is a piece of cubic right angle weave, but the thing about this is that it's really easy to make cubic right angle weave if you use fire polished rounds. And the end of this starter is created using 4mm fire polished rounds, and it graduates down to using 3mm size 8 seed beads and then size 11 seed beads. And you can use this to start your cubic right angle weave. So what I want you to do if you're struggling is download the link to the pattern, and it has instructions on how to do cubic right angle weave. And I want you to make this starter piece, starting with the 4mm fire polished and graduating down. And then we can use this to build off of, which is what I'm going to show you how to do next.
Now, this odd little thing that I have on my bead mat here is what I'm going to call a CRAW starter. So a cubic right angle weave starting piece. So if you struggle to start right angle weave, and occasionally I do, you put the first 4 beads together, then add the second lot and the third lot, and it just looks like a mishmash. It's like, where do you join it up? So it's much easier to start and do CRAW with fire polish beads. These are a bit dark, but I've started here with 4mm fire polished beads. Then I've moved to 3mm fire polished, then size 8s, and then size 11s. Okay, but you don't really want to do that for every piece that you start. So I am going to, you've got this to hold on to now, which is half of the battle, I think. It's a nice little chunky piece to hold on to. And what I'm going to do is, and I've used a dark thread here so I can see the dark thread. This is going to stay intact, okay? And I am going to start beading with a light thread. And what I'm going to do is just go round a couple of these. I don't want to do it too much because this will need to come undone to release your piece of right angle weave. I'm going to so we're using this as the base, all of these 4 beads here, that's all we're interested in, okay? So I'm going to start a unit. I'm going to pick up 3 beads, and if you're using fire line, it won't be a problem, but if you're using thread, try really hard not to split this thread, because we need to take that first unit undone once we've done a little section, okay? So this is loose, so if you pull it too much, it will come out. You could put a stop bead on this tail thread, but I'm just leaving it. So we just do our right angle wave as we normally would, cubic right angle wave even. And I'm not 100% sure if I'm going to split the thread or not, but we shall see. I'm just trying to keep my needle close to the inside wall of the hole. So I'm coming round to complete my first unit. Okay, go around the top. And there we are, there's our first unit. Okay, so I'll just go around a little more. I'm going to add a couple more units. Because the idea is to get the piece of cubic right angle weave to a length that you can see where you're going. Before you take it off of this CRAW starter tool. Completing my second unit. I'll just do one more unit. And then we shall see how easy or hard it is to detach them. Oops. Okay. Let's go around these last 4 beads in the top. There we are. Okay. So now we need to follow this thread here, our starting thread, and we need to pull it out. There we are. And we are essentially undoing that bottom unit. See, if you wiggle it a little bit, it comes loose. There's a thread there I'm trying to grab. No. Actually, it goes around this side. Pulling the wrong side doesn't help, does it? There we are. There. So it's detached. Your CRAW starter is intact, ready for the next time. And now, take that last bead off. You've got your remaining units of CRAW. So we did 3 units altogether. We've lost the first unit because it was joined. Now we've got 2. I mean, you might want to do a longer piece before you detach it, but this is certainly much easier than trying to wrangle doing a first unit off of anything. And two units is fine for me to hold on to. You can see those 4 beads there, and you can be off and going with your next unit. So there you are. If you want to and make a CRAW starter tool, give it a go. Yeah, I don't need to finish this unit, but you know, I don't feel I can leave a unit half made. Anyway, you get the idea. Start off with the 4mm fire polished. I did 2 units. Then I add 2 units of 3mm fire polished, and I went to the 8ths, 2 units again, and then 2 units of 11s. Okay, so you should be able to do a cubic right angle weave unit with the fire polished 4mm. I think it's achievable, but if you're struggling to do CRAW with size 11s, this may be the answer for you. My little wiggly worm CRAW starter tool. Okay, so give it a go. You can use up some, beads that you bought that you didn't like the colour of. Always a useful use for some beads that you buy. I'd love to see if you make a little CRAW starter tool and whether you found it helpful.
Thanks for watching this video about the CRAW starter tool. I hope you found it useful. Parts of this video were taken from the content of the Cranberry Bead Weaving Club, which is a bead weaving club that I run. If you're interested in joining, please check out the link on the next page. We don't open the doors all the time to new members, but if you pop your name on the wait list, you get priority access to join the club. I look forward to seeing you.